Welcome to What Was She Thinking, the podcast where we watch movies and TV shows and series a little deeper. And we talk about stories, choices, culture, and the moments that make you ask, what was she thinking?
And that means in this show, we are asking the character, the director, and even ourselves to consider how thoughts prompt actions and ultimately one's experiences in life. Today, we are reviewing the TV show Paradise on Hulu, starring Sterling K. Brown as Xavier Collins, Julianne Nicholson as Sinatra, James Marsden as Cal, Chris Marshall as Nicole, Sarah Shahi as Gabriella, Nicole Bloom as Jane, Inuka Akuma as Teri, and in season 2, we have Shailene Woodley coming on along as Annie. Oh, Kim. Okay, so we're gonna do season 1 recap, and then we'll talk about season 2. But what do you? Just give me like this was your thoughts on okay, well first let me back up because I'm so excited to get into Paradise. How are you today, Kimberly?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great, Charlotte. Things are just going on. We just living and growing and moving and grooving.
Moving to groove. Anything new this week? Anything?
No, so we on spring break. It's spring break, so took a little bit of time to kind of relax and reset. But other than that, once we get back, it's mid March,
Yeah.
like literally about a month and a half left of the semester. So we're on a downslope.
Yeah.
Preparing for graduation.
Yeah. That's the good thing about I can remember college is that spring semester seemed to go by like
It goes by super fast, super
Yeah.
fast. And one of the things about last semester, fall 2025 semester, it went by fast. So to see the spring semester just seemed like in hyperdrive. Because just like last week, it was January.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Like we
yeah,
were like coming back, and now it's like mid-March.
yeah.
And like after that, spring break, and listen, I don't know how other college campuses are, but once that sun starts shining
Yeah, they get
and the
loose.
temperature gets a little bit warmer,
Girl, it's over.
these scholars are not trying to be in nobody's classroom.
Nah, they try to be cute. They
They're
try to
trying
be
to be
cute.
outside. Very cute. They're trying to be outside. They're trying to be seen. They're trying to socialize. They're trying, so getting them contained for this last little push to the end is always challenging.
But it was like that. You remember when we were teachers, it would be like hell trying to get them kids to stay focused when the sun started and they could bust out them shorts. Boy, they was ready. And we was ready too. We was ready. We were ready too.
And what I'm finding, I don't know about you, but what I'm finding is when we were in the classroom, it just seemed like after MLK Day, Dr. King's holiday, we got no break. We got no break.
Yeah, we didn't get no
Maybe
break.
we got President's Day. Maybe we got President's Day, but we got no break until spring break. After like that early day or another day, we got no break until like
you're right.
It was always like by the time we got to April-ish, usually was around the time we had spring break, we were tired. We were dead tired. But I'm noticing with my son,
they got lots of breaks.
They have an awful lot of days in between.
Yeah. When we was teaching, used to be like, hold on, you got to soak up all your rest for Christmas break because you're gonna have to hold on to, like you say, MLK. Then you got to hold on until spring break, and then hold on to summer. But then, like even during the beginning of the year, you had to hold on from Labor Day till Thanksgiving. But they done thrown in a whole bunch of like half days, professional development days. Because I know Jet has had. Remember, I told you I forgot she had a half day. Did I tell you that, Kim?
We got mothers. We have so many things on our plates, honey. Our
Kim,
mothers.
I pulled up to that school. I thought it was the apocalypse. I was like, where is the carpool line?
Where's everybody? Did I miss a memo? Was it field trip today?
I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed.
What's
I
the field
walked in
trip
there.
today?
Oh my God, where is I was so ashamed. But so shame. But that was a half day. That was a half day a couple weeks ago. They got a half day tomorrow and they are off Friday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
they have incorporated more breaks for the
more break.
kids, for the
Yeah,
teachers, for sure.
for
For sure.
sure. Because
Yeah.
Josh is off. He's off Friday.
Hmm.
He's off Monday.
I need to check. She might be on Monday too. Let
Yeah,
me make
he's off
sure.
Friday. He's off Monday. I'm like, okay. Then he
Mhm.
was off the Friday before President's Day. Then
Yeah.
he was off President's Day. So they had
Mhm.
like an extended weekend. So I'm like, I don't remember all these days
These
off.
days,
I
yeah.
was in the classroom
Mhm.
because it seemed like it took an act of just grace and just that we made it to spring break. Just to
Yeah.
make it from after those earlier days that we had off, we didn't get no days off
No, you didn't get a
until
break. Mm-mm.
spring break. And it seemed
Mm-mm.
like it was like 300,000 months
Yeah,
before spring break came.
till you get to the end.
And
Yeah.
then the season changes and people, the students are wanting to be outside. It's warmer. Everybody starts feeling the springness
Mhm.
of the season. And the students start to lose their ever loving mind.
Never mind. Yeah, which makes sense. So yeah, the college students do too.
Yeah.
And for me, I remember in college it was more of a challenge because you got free will.
Mm.
So you'd be like
That's it. That's it. That's what I try to tell my students all the time. Listen, okay.
come to class. Go to class.
You better keep your attendance the way you need to keep your attendance because when the sun starts to shine,
Kim, you take roll?
girl, we take attendance, honey.
Oh
We have an
no, I never
attendance.
took roll. I
Listen,
never
we
took
have
roll.
an attendance policy, honey.
Oh, because I'd be like,
Okay,
get your money. If you don't want to
listen
come, wait.
here. So, and I tell them all the time, listen here, I love you, and
Yeah.
I believe in you, and I know you can pass this class, but I will drop you.
You
And I do it respectfully and I do it in love.
Oh, see, Kim, I don't be
So
mm-mm.
yeah, I do it in love and I do it respectfully. And and listen, I've had students that have had to I have dismissed because they just have taken super advantage of like the attendance and just have gone overboard. And
Mhm.
listen, I'm flexible. I've been in college, you've been in college. We know about those times. I
Mhm.
understand. If you communicate as a young adult should be able to do, and
Mhm.
let me know, look, I need a mental health day or, I'm not feeling well or something. I'm willing to, I'll work with you. But if
Mhm.
it's like a no call, no show, then to me, that's like, okay, well, you don't want to be here. And so I give this word of advice. I will drop you.
Mhm.
I don't fail anybody, but you can fail yourself. Okay.
Mhm.
Because I didn't give a second grader a grade, so I'm not gonna give a college student a grade. You
Mhm.
earn everything that you get in my classroom. So um I don't give grades, but you can fail yourself. I will drop you, and you better monitor your attendance
Mhm.
because number one, if you want to be outside in this month for 1900 days, then you better be in class for the first 1900 days
Mhm.
so that you can have a little bit of leeway to play with.
Yeah. Mhm.
If you know your intentions are to join a fraternity or sorority, then your butt better be in my class in the early months of January, February, March,
Mhm.
so that during probate season, when you want to be online,
You ready?
you can have a little bit of flexibility.
Mhm.
Okay. So I try to tell them to be very, prioritize these absences because I will drop you. I will drop you
Oh,
if you take
yeah.
advantage. And I have plenty of students, and I love them. I love them. I believe in them. They all have the intellectual capabilities to be wonderful.
Uh-huh.
when they have to take me again, they tell all the other students, she will drop you.
Yeah,
I'm
if
gonna
you
come to
don't if
class
you don't come. And
because
I'll be
Dr.
the ones that be
Xavier will
like,
drop you. You
this
sure
your money, boo. If you don't pass this class, you wasted your dime, not me. You's a grown up. If you don't bring your ass to class, that's on you.
period.
Period. So guess what? If you don't get the material, that's on you. I don't have time to monitor grown people. And
Listen,
becomers
I
and
I
goers.
agree. I do agree with you. I do agree with you there, but I do I'm flexible. I try to do everything um with love and with kindness, and I guess that comes from early childhood.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think it just comes from early childhood. I don't know any kind of other way to be, but yeah, but I mean, I've had
Y'all
colleagues
gotta
tell me,
take roll. Yeah, I
listen,
just love to come across a good professor to be like, I don't care.
listen,
Thank you.
listen, honey, because it becomes an instance of um they think we in an online community, and that's not what that's not what it is. This school here is face to face, you know. So you telling me you can't give me no or you can't give me no time? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And no, we're not online.
You're not
We're
online, so
not
you
online.
better bring
We
your behind the class.
come on to class. Um, and
I
yeah,
hear
I
that.
try to make it engaging. I try to make it fun. You know, I
Yeah.
try to meet you where you are. Okay.
All right.
So,
But
but
yeah, you like, yeah, come on to class
come
because
on to class.
I am. There was one time I remember I would come back late from breaks before we get to the thing, and because it was like graduate level class, those
Mhm,
classes
mhm,
like forever,
mhm,
2 or 3 hours, I think, if I
mhm,
remember something like that,
mhm,
and it would be in the evening from like 4 to 7 or whatever. So she would
mhm,
give us a break in the middle, and
mhm.
I didn't want to be there anyway, right? Because I was like, I'd have been at work. I had to come out here now to come to this class, whatever. So I would come back from break a little late, like just to kind of shorten my time. Like I would be probably on the phone, whatever, and come back a little late. And every time I came in, she's smiling. I see her, write something down or whatever. That damn what the hell ain't doc my damn grade at the end of the semester. I'm like, that damn bitch. I was here. I came to class. You
But
docking me for coming back from
listen,
break late.
but you didn't though. But
Yeah,
you
but
but you
Kim,
didn't
if I
come.
got
You
information in
came
my
back.
head, if I had, because the
Listen.
purpose of coming to class is to obtain information and learn. If I
Uh-huh.
learn the information, what does it matter if I'm in the damn seat?
Charlotte, Charlotte. I throw a tardy in a minute, and if you really disrespectful, you shouldn't even came. You should stay home because the absence is going to remain.
Oh yeah, you'd fail me
Look
quick.
here, we only got 10 minutes left for class, and you gonna roll yourself up in here? We got 10 minutes left. Mm-mm.
You'd fail me so quick.
Mm-mm. I would have gave. I give a and and it is. Listen, I'm telling you, the these scholars will be so disrespectful to you when
Yeah,
I tell you that they will go and just don't come back.
yeah,
Just don't come back, and then at the end of the semester, be like, well, I got all my work.
yeah. That would be me.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am,
I
Sam. No,
learned the
ma'am.
material. I learned the material. What are you talking about? I understood what you was teaching. So what are we arguing about here?
Oh, Charlotte, we have a philosophical difference there because listen here, what you're not gonna do, because I really try to stay up on my grading and stuff. What you're not gonna do is bring me no 16 weeks worth of work. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
No. I'm gonna turn it in along and along. My work gonna be on time. But why I got to be up in here? I just don't understand. Okay.
I don't understand. I thought you was from my generation. I
Mm-mm.
thought you are in my generation.
Yeah, I am, but I
And
have a problem.
we got to be that.
I
Now,
have a
look
problem
here.
being confined. I do. I have a problem. I like freedom. I like flow. I have so I have
Confined.
learned. I have a problem with being told what to do. I have
That
learned
is
that. That is my issue.
so not the verbiage to be using when you're talking about pursuit of higher education or
Yeah. It's my yeah. I've learned that it is my issue. I have learned that I am the outlier here. But yeah, so yeah, yeah. So when I come across students like me, I be
Mhm.
like, "Girl, bye. Turn it in when you get."
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. That's there. Okay.
Okay, well we go on to paradise. Sorry, we spent a long time on that. We didn't realize we had philosophical
I know we
differences.
didn't. I thought we pretty much align on most things, but yeah, we
Yeah.
don't align on that. I
Mm-mm,
mean,
mm-mm. Okay, so paradise. Paradise. I don't know how
mhm.
we can segue. Paradise is season one.
Listen here, that people have some fundamental differences.
Right, that's
Listen
what you
here.
say. Maybe we have philosophical differences on conspiracy theories because that's what
Yeah.
I was like. Ultimately, Paradise is a show about conspiracy theories. So, what is your take, Kim, on conspiracy theories? Do you have any? Do you believe in
You know
them?
what? It is so funny that you said that because actually we did have a conversation about this in my class. I teach a class called Foundations in Education, and it is a digital media foundations in digital media in
Mm-hmm.
education. So it's a digital media class based in like the education
Mm-hmm.
realm. And so their final project is to produce, create a 5 episode podcast, right?
Oh, okay.
And it
I think
has
you had
to,
mentioned.
and so yeah, and it merges um the topics of education, technology, um, could be higher ed, K-12, just any type of those mental health, any of those things. And I remember them going over the class was going over their concepts, topics, things that they work because it's a collaborative effort, right? Everybody has to do something. And so they were kind of coming up with their top episode topics. And so one of the people brought up the fact that in a documentary they saw that Life Touch, the people who take the pictures for like yearbooks and things of that sort,
Mm-hmm.
had a um, contract, or the CEO was in the Epstein files,
Mm.
and that the graduation pictures from Life Touch from all of these high schools and schools, elementary schools, had been given to these men in
Mm.
the Epstein files. Now,
Mm.
mind you, I'm listening because I don't want to interject as
Mhm.
they're coming up, they're pitching their ideas.
Right, yeah.
And so they wanted to talk about how um predatory even some of the bigger higher ups in education, and how education is kind of like this throwaway thing. No one The government really doesn't have any appreciation for it, for what teachers do. And then they were trying to link that to like the Epstein files, and so I'm like, oh my god. So I'm just sitting there thinking,
Yep.
right? So let me just say this: I'm not really like a conspiracy person. I don't go down too many rabbit holes, but I do go down some. But
So
I'm
they
not
didn't have proof. This was a theory.
This was a something they saw in
On
somebody's
Reddit.
documentary
Yeah,
on
oh, okay.
somebody's TV station. I don't know. Somebody's
Okay.
streaming service. Okay.
That's right.
Now,
Okay, yeah,
mind
you're
you,
right.
I heard I'm hearing this for the first time. I
Right.
never heard this before. So then it started talking about the privacy issues, and then it started talking about and then it just went like left, like a sharp left. Okay.
Mhm.
Then it started talking about eating babies, and
This is
um
their recorded podcast.
this is going to be a video recorded podcast.
Or
This
they're
is them.
pitching to you their idea. They're
They're
pitching.
pitching their
Okay.
ideas to each other so that they can
Okay.
narrow down their 5 episode
Okay.
topics,
And you
right?
listen like,
And I'm just listening because I don't want to be like, I'm just listening because I want them to come up with everything. They have to
yeah.
come up with everything from
Yeah,
start.
yeah, yeah. Okay,
And
gotcha.
so so then I hear about eating babies, and then I hear a student turns over to me and looks over at me. Dr. Singletary, did you know that COVID was planned by the government?
Okay, another one. You like another conspiracy.
I said,
You like, I got a lot of debunking to do around here. Where
okay.
shall I start?
And then it just went like literally off the rails.
Oh,
So
I
then it
bet.
went,
They was like, oh, you got that one? I got another one.
and I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I got to reel this in. So then we had the conversation of, is everything you hear, everything you see
Uh-huh.
on the internet, on these documentaries, is it true? How do
Right.
you know? How can you tell validity, reliability? So we started talking about that. Validity, reliability. Where do you get your information from?
Hmm.
And wherever you get it from, how do you know that it is, in fact, true information?
Right, yeah. Like, yeah,
We live in a
legitimately.
digital world, right? You all, I mean, I'm sure y'all not watching WLTX. Y'all not watching some kind of news source. Y'all don't even know, y'all don't even watch, see what the temperature is outside.
Hmm.
So, how do you get your information? How are you consuming your information? So,
Right.
if the documentary told you that COVID was planned by the government, if the documentary told you that people eat, they were eating babies, and that they are, somebody has literally given all of our graduation photos, elementary school yearbook pictures to these old disgusting men, to
Biggest sexual predators alive.
sexual predators. Yeah. Like literally a whole, like everybody life if you dealt with life touch, then
Yeah.
your stuff has been compromised,
Uh-huh.
right? Allegedly. Let me say that. Allegedly,
Yeah.
okay, per my students. Um and per this documentary. So how do you know that stuff is real? Like, how do you know that that's valid, reliable information, true information? Because we consume so much information every day, right?
Right, yeah. Hmm.
And this is where we have those think pieces on all the social media platforms. Okay, they're over here eating babies. Okay, they over here. Did you know COVID was?
Yeah,
We live in conspiracy. We
yeah, we live.
live in
Mhm.
the time of conspiracy.
So I did a little research and I saw where um there was a study. I have to go back and look from where. Maybe I can find it. It says UIC today. So it says that identifying something as a conspiracy theory in this study did not make people less likely to believe it. But it is important for those who believe that debunking conspiracy theories that it won't prompt them like to
Mhm,
change their
mhm,
mind,
mhm,
um, but it may make them less likely to share what they
mhm,
believe.
mhm,
So I guess like maybe it says having your beliefs labeled as conspiracy theories can be very alienating. Recognizing them, recognizing that this is much more common than we think might address something, um, some of that isolation. So those feelings of disconnection are
mhm,
not present or whatever. So I
mhm,
guess kind of like acknowledging that, okay, I can see where you
mhm,
coming from, that, life touch, and like, okay, I can see that could happen, but
mhm,
like working through, I don't think that really happened. but but then you hear about like things like the Tuskegee
mhm,
syphilis
mhm,
experiment, right? So
mhm.
then when you do get a hold of these like um
Historical, factual
yeah,
events.
of
Mhm.
governments,
Yeah,
um what is it, coming together to do some shisty
stuff there.
activities, then
Mhm,
it does make you kind of like look at everything to determine like, well, that could be true, is that true? Because you don't want, you debunk, you might say something that's not true for so long, then when you finally find out that they were lying to you, then you be like, well, what hell, what else is true? So I feel
mhm,
like
mhm,
Paradise is maybe like exploring that kind of theme.
mhm,
There's a lot of themes, but the major theme, like the biggest story, is that people are being lied to. What can you believe? What can you trust, or whatever? And it
mhm.
kind of reminded me of, I don't know if you've seen that show on Apple. What's the show on Apple? I meant to look it up. It had Rashida Jones in it.
Mm-mm. Not the one where she was like the
Silo.
silo.
It's
Oh,
they
Rashida Jones. I'm thinking
they've
about
only
Maya.
had I think they've only had a couple of seasons. They have
Yeah,
not. I don't know what I need to look and see when that's coming back.
coming
But
back.
they have this kind of same kind of conspiracy theory. It's another
Mhm,
world where the world outside was damaged and people are in this kind of like
mhm,
bunker situation, and they think that everybody is telling them the truth, but really the higher ups are lying to them or whatever. So
mhm.
it does kind of make you think, I guess, bring up this notion of who can you
Who
trust?
can you trust? Who can
Yeah.
you trust? And the answer to that is literally
What you think?
nobody. It's hard. Like, okay, so I wouldn't say I was I am a conspiracy person, but I have people in my family that are conspiracy people. Like, you know, my I have a family member that never does like online stuff because they are really like think that somebody's gonna steal their stuff,
Right.
steal
Okay.
their information, take their identity, right? I have another person that actually I was talking to one of my family members this weekend and they were talking about they was like, well, I went down a rabbit hole and the government is just lies. And I'm like, you know what? Um, we know that. I mean, the government do lie. I mean, literally, the
Yeah.
government lies every day.
Yeah.
Literally, we see it in real time. Like,
Hmm.
and then I think Charlemagne was like, well, we already knew aliens were among us. Like, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So the fact that the government is now telling us that aliens are real, yeah. Like,
We are. I believe we are aliens. People don't. We sit on planet.
and the thing is, Charlotte, is that I believe that there is a little bit of truth that
It's true.
is provided in everything that we consume. I
Yeah.
think there's a literal bit of truth in everything that we consume, and sometimes we have been so blinded because this will take you into a whole realm of literal hysteria,
It
right?
will. Yeah. Hmm.
But I feel like that there is truth or nuances of truth in things that we consume. At one point, media journalism was a trusted field. Now there were biases among certain entities, of course, but
Right.
generally, um, journalism told the truth, right?
Hmm.
Um, we don't have that now, right?
Hmm.
Um, when Hidden Figures came out and no one knew about the work of Black women in the fields of um, engineering, math, and computer science, I knew it was. I knew it was a problem before then, but I certainly knew it was a problem after that because I was like, you withheld a whole piece of history.
Hmm.
No one knew the story.
Yeah. Hmm.
Someone knew the story, but it was not given in such a way. It wasn't truthful in the way the story was told. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Hmm.
So I'm like, if they could whitewash that much of our history, I can't trust you. I can't trust nothing you do. If you
Right.
telling me that slavery was a choice, I can't
Hmm.
trust nothing you
Okay.
say.
Just
I
yeah.
can't trust if Pearson's gonna tell me that slavery was a choice or McGraw Hill or whatever foolishness that they put in these books now.
Hmm.
No, I can't trust you because now you're trying to change historical facts.
Hmm.
You can't change the fact that you all that Henrietta Lacks family just got
Hmm.
settlement from them taking her DNA
Hmm. They should be
and
billionaires. They
creating
really.
medicine.
Yeah, that book was amazing. You're right. So I feel like the main character Xavier is like representative of like maybe like most of us
Mm-hmm.
who move from being oblivious,
Mm-hmm.
ignorant to what's going on around
Mhm.
you, right?
Mhm.
To eye opening.
Yeah.
So he starts season 1, episode 1 with because he's the head of Secret Service for the
Right.
president. So
Right.
we all are like entering the story with a
Mhm.
normal concept of what that looks
Mhm.
like.
Mhm.
Right? Right. And so he wakes up, we see that he's been injured or whatever with the scar. We see that he sleeps alone, right? But we know something's not right because he's got children. So we were
Yeah.
like, where is the wife?
Mhm.
So this is a Dan Fogelman production, and I love me some Dan Fogelman because he was responsible for This Is Us.
Mhm.
So he has teamed back up with Sterling K. Brown for this particular
Mhm.
show. So he's incorporated, I think, elements of what is like Sterling K. Brown's like
Mhm.
personality of running, like he goes off on a run or
Absolutely
whatever.
love Sterling
I
K.
love Taylor K. Rowell, yeah. So we get a sense of like he's a hard worker, he's a good
Mhm.
dad, so we like him in the
Yeah.
beginning. Right? He's
Yeah.
good, and he and his the people who work with him they like him.
Mhm.
So we like him at the beginning, we like his family, and then bam, we've realized that the person he's supposed to protect and guard is dead, and that
Mhm.
then opens up his kind of like the blinders that he has on in
Mhm.
terms of like what's going on in his world.
Mhm.
Um, and then Dan Fogelman does this thing which I think is really hard to do, which is that he jumps timelines.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like, cause I've done my like written a couple of scripts before, and to think that you can put and come back and connect those things together. I'm like, hats off, man. This is some
Listen,
premier good ass work.
10 out of 10 would recommend. He
Yeah.
does exceptionally well
Yeah. You never
with the
lost.
timeline jumps
Hmm.
and the connection. He keeps it connected and flow.
Yeah.
That he does well. Now, I've never seen This Is Us, but so my introduction to him would
Him.
be Paradise. And I enjoy how this story, season one, unfolded and how we were introduced to the characters and able to see how the characters, their backstory played into season one and into the moment that we were introduced with at the very first episode.
Hmm.
So I love a story um and I guess because this kind of goes back to like Columbo. I love a Columbo
Hmm.
um, who gives me the end first, right?
Uh-huh.
So I know it's gonna be some type of murder, some type of crime, right?
Okay.
And what Columbo does a little differently. We know who did it, okay?
Okay. Hmm.
But and then we go back for
Hmm.
him to solve it
Figure
and
it
the
out.
way that he figures it out and connects the clues.
Uh-huh.
I love a story that gives me the end
Hmm.
and then have me retrace how did we get here? What
Right.
happened to help us get here? I
Right.
like that. So
Mhm.
I do enjoy like I said, I didn't see I know shameful that I
Shameful.
didn't watch that.
Him. You would love him in This Is Us. You would love he is good in Paradise. He
Mhm.
is excellent. He comes off as this nice husband,
Mhm.
father. I'm gonna watch it again just because.
Okay. I love Sterling K. Kudos to
Please, not
Sterling K.
Kim. Okay, if the first episode does not hook you because
Mhm.
he plays. Sorry, everybody who listening. I just have to say this. There is the man who plays his biological father, and
Mhm.
This Is Us. And the first episode is season 1. His interaction with that man, I have replayed that scene so many doggone times. It is so freaking sweet and Dan Fogelman, you got me for life, boo. You got you got me for life. So he is excellent in that show. So anyway, yeah. So he's good in this one, but he is. There's something about him in This Is Us. It's just like
Mhm.
or whatever. I don't know.
Mm.
It's hard for me to
Yeah,
see him not as Randall.
yeah, as
He
Randall.
plays
Yeah,
Randall in
I heard of Randall.
yeah.
But I haven't seen This Is Us. But I like the storytelling. I like the timeline. I like how he can take us, bring us back to the present, take us to the past.
Yeah.
I like
So
how the
smart.
story develops. I love that. I mean, he's really good at that.
He's so good at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good at
So
it. So yeah.
we learned at the end of episode 1 that they are in a bunker situation. And
Mhm.
so what I like about I think I haven't I have to go back and look at like the classics, like you see on AMC or whatever to
Mhm.
see.
Mhm.
But like from some of like the podcast screenwriting like shows that I've listened to, I know that they've mentioned that these kind of like new shows and movies
Mhm.
have like this cold open or whatever to grasp your attention because
Mhm.
the viewers are getting a lot of them have cold opens, but the smartness of the cold open, I guess,
Yeah.
because we as movie watchers and TV watchers are smarter. Like we have seen so much that we can oftentimes already figure out,
Yeah.
well,
What?
how is this going to play out?
Mhm.
So the writers have to be like even more creative and trying to like, keep us engaged.
Engage. Yeah.
So that in the beginning, right, the death of the president is going to keep us
Mhm.
engaged because we
Yeah.
want to know who killed the president.
Yeah.
And then at the end, we're going to come back because we want to know what the hell y'all living in.
Mhm. I know. And Cal, how you the president? You getting killed in the first episode? What's going on, boo?
Yeah.
I thought you was a major part of the show. What's going
and,
on, boo?
and then when I saw him run to the president's house, I'm like, you know what? He ain't as secured as I think he should be. So that should have been a clue that we are not in a regular
Yeah.
normal
Yeah.
world. Yeah, the
Yeah.
way he
It starts to look so we start to notice the artificialness
of the world.
of the surroundings because
Mhm.
everything's manicured.
Mhm.
Everybody's yard looks nice.
Yeah,
You got a
you
little
don't notice it at first, right? Yeah,
no.
you think you're
You
just a
got a little
suburban.
little night light. You got a little lights on your street. You got sidewalks. Oh, this is a nice community. Okay, this is nice. This community nice. Everybody look like it kind of brings me to like the Truman Show and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right.
everybody is just
Truman. Mhm.
homey. Everybody knows everybody. Hey, Cal. Hey, no, you know where your cat
Yeah,
at? Where your cat run around?
yeah. It does.
Ooh,
Truman. Yeah,
like,
it does that. Yeah, yeah. So it does give that, and so we're back for episode 2, where we get backstory on Sinatra. So
mhm.
Sinatra is also
Boo, tomatoes.
Kim. Okay, Kim, but this episode 2 gives us backstory on her,
I don't care.
that
I don't
she
care.
is a founder. So because I was like, why are they emphasizing that she is a gazillionaire? And now I understand. So she is a tech, she's a tech founder. She gets married to this man and they have 2 children. They have a boy and a girl. The son becomes ill and she, with all her money or whatever, is not able to save him and he dies, though we don't really know. Maybe I missed it, what his illness was, but whatever happens, it does follow like the normal kind of pattern and thinking that she is completely like lost and
Mhm,
she's
mhm.
holding it together,
Right,
being a present parent and wife, but we know that behind the scenes she's not well. She's not dealt with the loss of her
right,
son. So
right.
for that reason, Kim, I have empathy for her craziness.
I have empathy for her, but that woman, the character Sinatra,
Yeah.
I wanted her to die.
You-
I needed her to die, and I needed her to die quickly, and I just wanted to be done with her. Because even though I did empathize with her in her situation,
yeah.
she is evil. And
Kim. But
This
she's
goes.
evil for a reason, because if you remember at the end of episode 2, she meets that scientist and she goes to the talk, and the scientist is like, this world is coming to an end. So she's like, what can I do to save my family? She is the I mean, like, if you a mama with a gazillion dollars, would you not go to the ends of the earth to do whatever you could to save your child? Like, I mean,
I get it, Charlotte, but at the same time, I don't like her. I can empathize with her character, but I did not like her. I do not like her character. And it goes to the old trope of you have the president as this figurehead, but somebody in the background is pulling
right.
the strings.
You're right. It
The
does. Yeah.
president is not the person that
Mm-hmm.
is running the country.
Mm-hmm.
It's somebody on that team, that fourth, second person in the background who don't get too much play. You don't see him in the lights and the cameras,
Mm-hmm.
but that's the person that's actually running the country.
Right.
And that
Yeah.
is what Sinatra is. That's who she runs it all. Cal is just the figurehead, which that comes out later on. But she's evil, and I don't like her character.
Kim, that man went to his daddy and said, I want to be a teacher.
And again, this is
He
look here.
said, I want to
Wait,
teach science, daddy. He was like,
and no, no, like Queen Charlotte said to no,
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 take
you
your
ain't
ass
going
on
nowhere.
back there to work.
Don't you know what we built in this here family?
He was,
We are politicians.
he came with his little gold. Dad was like, get that out of here.
His joy, his passion, what he wanted to do that will make him happy. His daddy said, "Do you not know what we come from, son? Do you not know what we built? And you want to be a teacher?"
Teach?
He could have told that man he wanted to be a crackhead, and he would have responded,
He would have
probably
liked that
yeah.
better than, because I don't. My mama told me this a long time ago that historically, teaching profession used to be men,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and then it became a women's profession.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, it became a stigma that this is what women do. Men do not teach children, because education wasn't what it was now, or whatever. Isn't what you know what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
So like men who are seen as going into education are like, other men don't respect them because people who can't do, they teach. Like
Yeah.
that saying is for real. Like, people
Yeah.
really believe that. They're not going to tell somebody that to their face.
Mm-hmm.
But men who are teachers, and if you really look at it, most men who are teachers quickly are pulled out of the classroom,
Yeah.
and giving positions of leadership
Yeah.
by other men, oftentimes, or whatever. So this notion, that's why I thought it was so funny that you are coming to your dad and saying you want to be a teacher, which I'm sure maybe in the realm of like white males who are used to running things, that is not seen as a noble thing that you want to do. So the daddy was like, I ain't even entertaining this damn.
If you don't get out of my face, no, you're not gonna teach. You're gonna run for this his Senate seat or House of Representatives seat
Yeah. Get on. And he was like, okay. Well,
and get on this campaign trail. Cause I don't have no time to be playing around with you, boy. And this again echoes. And let me just, and I say this respectfully, the hunger for power
yeah.
is so evident in another persuasion of men, right?
Mm-hmm.
That they feel like, I don't know, the quest for power, the quest to hold on to power and money
Mm-hmm.
and status sends a lot of white men to hell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it
Black men
echoes a
too.
lot. It
Yeah.
echoes a lot. Um, and I'm glad you did say black men too, but their path is so much harder. Okay, they have to bootleg to
They have the
even get.
bootleg, yeah.
Yeah, they have to bootleg even to get into a space with the fourth person on the chain of the power.
Well, and that's why I've read too that that's why you will see like the ways churches are structured,
Mhm,
that a black man may not be able to have a bunch of power maybe at his job, but
mhm,
in church he's the deacon.
mhm,
You know, he's got a lot of power there. He's got a
mhm,
lot of respect in
mhm,
that
mhm,
you know, realm, in that in the church.
mhm,
Um responsibilities, you know, could be in charge of the money, could be in charge of whatever, you know what I'm
mhm.
saying? So
Yeah, yeah.
and a lot of them, not a lot, but some of them may do things to hold on to that position or
Mhm,
whatever, because that is their only sense of feeling like, you know, as a man I should have power. I don't have
right.
power at home, maybe I don't have power at work, but here in this space at
Mhm.
church I am powerful.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right, because the missionary board can't be over the deacon board. We don't see that
And
dynamic.
here we get into those traditional roles that sometimes are favorable to men,
Right.
favorable to white men. I think I heard, I don't know, some congressional hearing they were trying to get whatever this man, he's been appointed to some position, and he was talking about how white people are in the minority, and um, they don't have the majority of stake in when it comes to like the census of America or something like that. They're a minority, considered a minority. And so one of the, I don't know who it was asking a question. I can't remember who it was, but it was a woman, and she was asking. She said, "So how many billionaires, millionaires in the United States are white men? Are white?"
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think about. I'm not really sure. I don't really have a number. He said, and she was like, just about all of them. And he was like, well, how many white men are in the House of Representatives? How many white men are in the Senate? Historically, how
Yeah.
many have been there?
Mm-hmm.
They've always held the majority. And so
Right.
she was making a point that white men have always held the majority, right? And you're
Yeah.
sitting here telling us that white people are in a minority and don't have no power and are being erased from history because census wise, they're becoming the minority race, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's the fear, right? That's
That's
the
the
fear.
fear.
Like
That's the fear.
I'm losing my power.
My
But
whiteness.
what
Mm-hmm.
are you losing? You're not
Mm-hmm.
losing anything. Like I'm a quote Joy Reid, love her. She was like, what more do you want? Like you
Mm-hmm.
got the House of Representatives, you got the Senate, not to turn this into anything political, and you have the presidency. What more do you want?
Holding
Like
on
what
to it.
what more what more erasure do you need? You need to erase everybody, all the color, all the people of color,
Mhm.
everything. What
So they can hold
more?
on to it. So for, I guess that's what Paradise, maybe I'm thinking they don't explore traditionally,
Mm,
except for what we see in season two,
yeah.
um, when other guy comes into power. Maybe they're exploring it there, but maybe her being the figure, maybe her, because it is like a good representation of the fact that the billionaires are controlling the politicians. They have their hands on what they want them to do, or
Yep.
hands in what they want them to do, in order to get what they want. But Fogelman made a choice to make her a woman. So I think that was good, right? Because we do
Mhm.
see female tech founders or whatever, and they do
Mhm.
have access to
Mhm.
gazillions of dollars. I know
Right.
I read the lady, um, some lady who did whatever, I can't remember, but anyway, it's a tech thing that we use. I was like, I didn't know that was a female that was in charge of that. But anyway, so that is realistic that you could have female founder that has that much money and that much control.
Right. You're
Um,
not talking about Miss West, are you? The mother of GPS. She just passed away.
no, this is a white lady.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember right now. It seems like it starts with the C. She started this like chemical company or whatever. And then I think she sold it, I read, for like $170 million. So when she came in that bar and was like, I just sold my company for $140 million, I was like, that's realistic. That can't happen. But and her being white would probably be more realistic as as well, because like what we see like with this trend, this TikTok trend with the CEOs eating the burgers, I find it just interesting that every damn time a CEO posts a video showing that they're eating their product, it is a white man. I have not seen a female yet. Maybe there is, and I'm not seeing a black person, but there that is what we see in terms of like power, and
Mhm.
and they are like enforcing this theme of like the people in power are um moving along or having
Mhm.
the congressman, the government play out their agenda that they have in
Mhm.
mind. And her
Mhm.
agenda is to create this world where
Mhm.
ultimately her daughter is safe, but we find out that she kind of like in Day After Tomorrow, where they extend the invitation to billionaires to join this bunker, right? Because I think she said 25,000 people. Well, we know it's a gazillion people in America, so a lot of people is left out, right? So,
And
um,
and I like how they set this up, but I'm again, this is a nuance of truth. This is something that we are seeing that I certainly do believe that there is some ring of truth to the fact that there is some type of bunker-esque system in this United States or
right, because
somewhere.
this is like the second or third time this storyline has played out, right? A
Yeah,
billionaires, yeah,
yeah.
having
Like
access to
literally
bunkers.
even more than that, because it's been movies on it where they've had ships, they've had bunkers, they've had whatever when they have known disastrous things were going to be
To
happening,
happen, yeah,
and they have already prepared where they're going to go, and
yeah,
only a selected few, and at the very least you may get some common folk,
who
maybe,
lucky, yeah,
that's lucky enough to get there. But the majority of the people are
ass
collateral
out,
damage.
yeah, they
Yeah,
ass out,
they're just collateral damage to
uh-huh.
this thing that's happening. And so see that in season one, we do see like how they are preparing. And the president knows, which, in some cases,
He didn't know at first though.
he didn't know at first, but
Mm-mm.
in some cases, most of this is going on and he don't know what's
He
going
don't
on.
know nothing. He just walking around drinking in
But
his robe.
the people who with the power, they know and they're
They
preparing.
know. They
They
know,
know and they're preparing, right?
and they're preparing. And so, episode 3, I think we get an idea of more of like Xavier's character because he
Mhm.
turns in his own damn daddy. I'm like,
Mhm.
damn, Xavier. And Jackson and I really, we kind of had a conversation about this because he is so damn conscientious. And I had to think about this. And I've been praying on this, Kim, because I was
Mhm.
like, I had to think about this. Is there a right time to lie? Because, yeah, I get that his dad was a pilot and potentially, I guess, people's lives were in danger. but he felt like he could do it. It wasn't like he was gonna knock out. I don't know. I just felt like, damn, your daddy wasn't like to the point where he was disabled and he couldn't fly or he was gonna knock
Charlotte,
out.
he shouldn't have been drinking, Charlotte. He shouldn't have been
He wasn't. You talking about? He
drinking.
was sick. He had like an
He was
illness.
sick. Yeah.
Remember?
No,
And
he shouldn't have been up there trembling.
he said that he had told, it wasn't like he had told nobody. He said he had told his coworkers and they had agreed to work with him until I guess he no longer could do it. I just don't know.
Listen.
I'm like, do you always have to be so freaking honest? So Jackson was like, um he's thinking about transferring.
Mm-hmm.
So the school that he's at now,
Mm-hmm.
there's an internship and you have to, be committed to the fall at that
Mm-hmm.
school, I think, in order to participate in the internship. So he's thinking about transferring. So he said he went to the person and he told them this me, why would you do that? Why would you, just because? And I guess I'm like, okay, I'm not trying to teach the boy to be dishonest. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, realistically, yes, you could have decided that you was gonna switch schools after the after the internship. He was like, but mom, I just feel like, I'm like, I understand. And I guess I'm like, Lord, I ain't trying to teach the boy to lie. But I was like, you gotta do like, look out for your best interest, because everybody's not looking out for yours. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So this notion of like Xavier having this like really code of ethics, of morality, which I understand, like this is who he is or whatever, and we understand how it plays out later as he retaliates against Sinatra. But it is like a thing like, do you have to always be like super duper honest in this situation?
I mean, and then that brings into like the, I mean, any of these characters, like the integrity of who you are. Like, is it always black and white, or is there a gray area? Is there
Mhm.
an area where you can say, okay, I know this is wrong, but for the betterment
Right.
of whatever, you can still do it
You
and
can
it'll
still
be
do it.
okay, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But or you can be like, look, no, this is wrong. You
This
should
is
not do
wrong.
it ever. And there is no right way to do it because it's always
It's
wrong. Like,
wrong,
is it
yeah.
always wrong? Is it always wrong to put the health and safety of people on the plane? Because your dad got okay. Now, first, I love me some Glenn Truman.
Yes.
Who played his dad. I love Glenn. I love him from Different World.
Oh,
Will
that was
always love Captain Taylor.
Captain
But
Taylor. I'm like, you gonna sound like Cap? Kill. You don't sound like Cap.
listen, here I will always love Captain Taylor. So I love Glenn Truman, who played his dad. But his dad was a killer. But then I like their
He was
dynamic.
so hurt. He was so hurt.
But
That man
then
turning his paperwork, kid. Why you gonna turn my paperwork on me?
but
You ain't even
listen,
tell me.
his daddy wasn't too happy with his choice of occupation either, because his daddy was like, "Look here, why you not flying these planes?"
Yeah.
So there was a little bit of tension here. Even though
Yeah.
you're my daddy,
Mm-hmm.
why you securing this? Why you securing this man when you need to be
Mm-hmm.
up there flying these planes with me? Because I don't taught you. You don't been to school. You know what to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't know, Charlotte. I don't know. So if he had his crew was working with him, like I'm like I said, I told you earlier, I'm watching Grey's Anatomy, and when Dr. Burke got shot and his hand had that tremor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Dr. Yang was literally doing his surgery for him. They had worked it out. Like, listen
Mm-hmm.
here, I got your back, okay?
Yeah.
And we're gonna work this thing out so that people don't know my hand got a tremor.
Right.
Okay, they worked it out. It was a good plan. They worked it out good. They was
But
a
you like,
team.
eventually that plan is gonna fall
But
apart.
at the same time, Charlotte, if she couldn't get to that surgery with him, and if somebody on that team wasn't
Yeah.
there, Charlotte, and he caught a tremor, them people's
Yeah.
going down for the count.
Yeah, he'd have to speak up. But that's what I'm saying. I guess I was like, dang, if the dad had the opportunity, like if he was like down bad, I feel like he look okay. I feel like he can still go. I feel like he can still do it.
You just trying to stay down. Listen here, sir.
Mhm.
Your hand is trembling, and you can't be getting on this plane here.
Fine, yeah.
taking
Yeah.
these people down to Florida for their vacation because it's here.
Because you know what's a lot of that is automatic. I don't know, but you make a good point. You
Marla.
make a good point that yeah, it is like a bigger like. Is it ever wrong to lie, and is it
Like,
ever
yeah,
wrong
like
because
is it right sometimes, or and then like and then I put that in the same thing. Like I tell like my son, he's a teenager, Joshua's a teenager, and that boy lie, he lie,
yeah,
and I
oh
tell
yeah,
him all the time,
most
don't
kids
lie
lie.
to me, don't lie to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they lie anyway.
And
I know mine do. They lie. They
but
don't lie to you anyway.
this the thing though. I let you have a little gimme lie, but then if you lie to me, then I'm mad. You know what I'm
Right?
saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm mad.
So
Yeah,
it's
you're
like,
right.
is it really don't, you telling him like, because he'll call me on my stuff. Like, I know this goes out and I know my mom probably won't see this, but sometimes when I'm off work, I don't want to call you early in the morning. Like, I just want to call you as if I'm getting off work because I talk to
Right.
my mom every day and I
Mm-hmm.
call her when I get off work.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm not at work and I just don't pick up I go through my day as if I'm
Like,
at
is
work.
that a lie?
Yeah.
No, I don't feel like that's a
Well,
lie.
and listen, my son calls my mom every day when he gets out of school, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when he comes in the house and he'll see me, he'll be like, "Does grandma know you home?"
Excuse me, I'm a grown up.
He'll be like, "Does grandma know you home?" And because he know, either I'm gonna say no,
No.
so you just act like I ain't here, like I'm getting off work, whatever.
Yeah.
So he knows that I do tell some not true sometimes.
A little
You
fib.
know
A
what I'm
little,
saying? So
a little fib. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I
We all
have
do. We
to.
all do. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's either like, okay, so I'm teaching you to be a better person and don't lie, especially don't lie to me. But yet here I am getting you to not be all so forthcoming. Because my mom always be like, "Your mama home? Your mama home yet?" And he'd be like, "No." He'd be like, "No. She didn't get home work. She didn't get home work yet." I'm sitting right
You
there on
sit right there looking at
but I mean, it is what it is,
it is
Charlotte.
what it is. Sometimes,
I
yeah,
mean,
that's self-preservation, Kim. I feel like that is self. You got to do what you need to do to
Charlotte.
self-preserve yourself
That
sometimes.
he just gets on my nerves, honey. That joke would be like, "Grandma, know you home? Shut up!
Get out my business.
You asking me that? Just go ahead and call her. You ain't got to
Yeah.
ask like I did."
But yeah, but it is like so we see that by episode 4, Billy has
Mm.
a role with Sinatra where he's like
Mhm.
her hit man.
Yeah,
Yeah. So she'll give him orders to take people out.
yeah,
So in episode 3, we see where Cal, the president, um, I guess was that Xavier came across information where Gabriella, the therapist, was like, Cal told me to tell you not to trust him. So now he's looking sideways at his best buddy or whatever. But then we learned that he was actually working for Sinatra, taking people out in the people that survived. So again, like she was trying to preserve the lie. She was trying to preserve the bunker by saying, I'm going to lie about the people. He like, it's people out here in this world and they fine. And she like, take them
they
up.
dead. They all dead. Ain't nobody alive. Ain't nobody alive. Everybody dead.
Everybody
And,
dead.
and, and the crazy thing is, like, we knew something was happening. Still at this point, didn't really get like we knew something catastrophic was happening, but still didn't really understand all of the nuances as to what was going to be going on with the earth and what was going on in the bunker. But to know that you knew life made a way
And yeah.
on
And
the
you didn't
on the upside.
Yeah, now you crossing the line. Now she doing, yeah, and that's what I guess maybe my line crosser is like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm saying. If the daddy was flying the plane and he was visibly ill, no, you cannot lie to the people. If If you know people are outside this bunker alive, you need to stop lying to the people. You need to bring them in. You
And
need
let
to help
the
them.
people in, because they're going there. Something, people know something's going on. The
Mhm.
people who remain on top, who survived, they knew something was going on. I mean, these are scientists, doctors, people, on top that made it through
Mhm.
whatever, all this stuff that happened to the earth.
Mhm.
And you gonna go up there because they get too close to where you at, and you gonna send somebody to go take them out? Like,
Take them
who
out. Yeah.
does that?
Yeah.
You're evil, lady.
Yeah. So right then we see that because if you lie, then like my daddy was like, you got to keep on lying. You
Yeah,
you got
keep
to
on
tell
lying.
another lie to cover up the other
Mhm,
lie. My daddy
mhm,
used to always be like, don't tell no lie because you
mhm.
got to keep lying.
Yeah, keep
So
lying.
she has worked herself into a situation where the lie is becoming bigger and bigger, and she has to do things to keep the lie. So that means kill people. So she has Billy taking people out, and then she got Jane to take Billy out.
Hate
So
her. Want her to die. Can't
yeah,
stand Jane either.
Jane
Can't stand her.
crazy.
Can't
Jane
stand
was
her.
like, "Give
Number
me that
one,
damn weed."
Billy and Xavier had a connection. They were friends. They had a connection. Billy was close to his children, and although Billy had secret tasks and a secret relationship with Sinatra, I still thought that even though he did some unsavory things, he was still a good person.
Yeah,
Like,
he was a good
even though
person.
I still thought he was a good person, but Jane,
Jane is
evil.
evil. Yeah, she is
Sinatra,
evil.
evil.
Yeah, but again, I guess I got a little sympathy
I
for her
don't.
because
I don't have no.
she
At
is
this point, I have no sympathy for her.
yeah, she had
None.
Billy
No
taken out.
empathy, no sympathy, no
No
compassion, no
nothing.
nothing. She needs to die.
Yeah. Well, okay, so wrapping up season one, we as we get towards the end of season one, we realize that Cal's father has all of the power because he tries to get into the iPad. He put his polar hand up there, and he'd be like, and give him nothing. So he goes to the dad. The dad is asleep, and he realizes that the dad has access to the iPad and all of the government issues, government
Mhm,
information. And he realizes the truth of what's going on outside of the bunker, and he
mhm.
starts to put together a plan to expose Sinatra.
Right.
Um, Sinatra finds out, and at this point, around about episode 5 or 6, I think we're thinking, okay, well, she did it. She killed the president. She is responsible for killing the
Mhm,
president. Um, Xavier is now aware of Sinatra's evil doings and is on a mission to seek vengeance.
mhm.
She pulls a move at the end of episode 6 where she's like, you know what? Don't kill me, boo, because I know your wife.
Chess,
That
not
was a
checkers,
slick move.
honey.
That was a
Chess,
slick
not
move.
checkers. You out
So
here trying to double jump, and that
yeah,
joker playing on a whole nother board.
she was like, he was like, say what? You say what? Which was a
Mm-mm.
slick move because he was moving forward with the plan. Like he
Yeah,
was about to take her out.
yeah.
And then we have the classic moment in movies and TV shows where you think the hero is about to accomplish their
Mhm,
goal, and then they
mhm.
have boop 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 a setback. So yeah. So okay, we wrap up season one. We
Mhm,
find out that the librarian killed President Cal, and it was not Sinatra.
mhm,
Jane shoots Sinatra,
mhm,
and Xavier goes to look for his wife. And I
mhm,
will say, because you used to watch that show with me when we was at ETV. What was the
mhm.
name of that show?
What's your?
Moms, uh,
Oh, oh yeah. Working moms.
Working
Working
Moms.
moms.
And so the black lady in there, she plays his wife. And
Mhm,
she's good. I like her.
mhm.
But she ain't Beth. Nobody can be Beth. I'm sorry. She is not Beth. But Kim,
Separate the shows.
she might be my what was she thinking, because if my man works for the president and he comes home and he says, you know what, president said you need to sit still. I deserve everything I get if I get my ass on that plane.
And go down to Atlanta. Atlanta.
Cause he said she ain't never listened to me. If you ain't never listened to him, this is the one time you need to
Do
take.
you not see the shit that's
He
happening
got
right
the tea. He has the tea. He got all of it. And he's saying, sit your ass down. No,
now?
ma'am. What is you doing? I just her I don't know. It was just such brassness that it was just
She took her
stupidity.
ass,
Like,
her
girl.
ass on that plane and not go to Atlanta. But to go back just to go back a little bit. So when the President Cal starts to figure out, so he starts to figure out what's going on, and he starts to figure out that he don't know everything he thought he knew. He thought he
Right.
knew everything, but then he's realizing that he doesn't know everything, and the tension between him and his son becomes like this boiler of just like anger.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way that he's able to reach his son is to tell the truth. So
Mm-hmm.
he begins to leave like these crumbs of this is what's going on. I can't tell you because they listen here, they watching me like a hawk, honey. And
Yeah.
all these eyes are on me. But this is what's going on. So go to the city library and get this a CD because you know
Mm-hmm.
nobody don't know nothing about no CD player no more. Okay, and I'm gonna put my clues in this now. So
Yeah.
you can listen to this his song or recordings or whatever. I thought that was really good. I like how he played that out. I like how we didn't know. I think one of the things my sister loves when she watches like Columbo, Murder She Wrote, any of those shows, Matlock, she always knows Perry Mason. She always knows who the person is before
Mm-hmm.
we know who the person is.
She watched
Like,
this?
yeah, she watches Paradise, but she didn't.
She
But
didn't know?
she doesn't know. You don't know because they
Mhm.
switch it up so much.
Yeah.
It could be her. But
Yeah.
then now I'm looking at you sideways too.
Yeah.
But never would I have thought that it was the
Was him.
librarian
Mm-mm-mm.
because of how they shot the show, right?
Yeah.
And kudos to them on that. So I want to just make a point about that. And I also want to make a point about how they left them damn people on Earth. Now, you know what? If now the president tells Xavier, okay, so you gonna be two of them or three of them. I can't remember how many of his Secret Service men were the ones that were okay to go. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when he tells them that they're okay, you got the clearance, you got the golden ticket, you can go. But you don't tell the person, you wait to the last minute.
I mean the last walking out the door. Hold up, not you.
Not you. This man cleaned your house for
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. And all he could tell you is to go home.
This lady worked beside you,
Yeah.
was your assistant for
Mhm.
all that time, and you can't tell her she couldn't even go pick her son up from school. She didn't get a golden ticket. How dare you, sir? And
Yeah.
them people clamoring, trying to just get on the plane, but
Mhm.
the plane only had a certain number of people. What? How could you do that, sir?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Terry ass. You had the golden ticket. You took your ass to Atlanta. All the
You
people in
don't
that
went
White House.
to Atlanta, girl.
All the
On
people in that
some
White House wanted to go. Yeah, because he could have known what was coming. He could have made some type of whatever for everybody in the White House. At
he
least
could have
everybody that work in the White House to get out. But no. Mm-mm. It was,
no
yeah.
somebody that you have had a relationship with. Not to say he's the president and this person cleans the White House, but you talk to this man.
Knew
You
his
knew
name.
him. You
Yeah,
knew
knew
his
his
name.
name.
And
Mm-hmm.
yet you wait to the very last minute to tell your people that the earth, the world's come to an end. And
Mm-hmm.
only and the people so scared. They're Listen, I'm getting on that damn plane. You ain't gonna tell me I'm not gonna get on the plane. And
Yeah,
you got
she got.
Secret Service people turning on each other. You got
Yeah.
people who have worked with you on your campaign. People who have worked with you for years have been like your right hand person, and
Mhm.
you don't even give them a golden ticket. You can't even
Yeah.
get their child and them in the bunker. Like, who does that? I was so disappointed in him for that. I was so disappointed in him for that.
Yeah, yeah, I was, but on the I guess as the viewer, it really hit home how bad it got. How like this
Yeah,
this is a crucial decision.
yeah.
Like I don't think in
And
the day.
I don't think he was fully aware of who he could bring and who he could bring too. So
Right.
I still think he was in a level of he knew, but he didn't know everything.
Of aware, yeah, because remember when he took him on that like this is what happens when shit is planned. He was kind of like still he didn't know all of the ins and outs of what should happen. So he
Mhm.
was kind of clueless as to what would happen to him and everybody else.
Mhm.
So yeah, you're right. He probably if you can't even get into the iPad, you probably ain't even got the power to organize where everybody can be safe.
Mhm.
But yeah, for like these other movies where I think we've mentioned where there's a bunker situation,
Mhm.
we really never see this moment where everybody's like kind of scrambling
Mhm.
to for safety and like you gonna leave me, you gonna
Mhm.
leave me because it was like an oh shit moment, like yeah,
Yeah.
what the hell.
Mhm.
And then when he calls the daughter or daughter calls him, he was like, where is the president's son? He's right here. He like, okay.
Yeah.
Because if he with you, you good. Which was like, I
Mhm.
was like, that's real. Because if I'll be the parent, if he
Mhm.
ain't with you, then I'm like, oh shit, you might be, you might be left. So we end season one
Yeah.
with Xavier going to look for the wife.
Yeah.
Sinatra is shot. The children remain behind with Nicole as
Mhm.
she takes care of them.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, this the lady who plays his wife, like I like her as an actress, but I don't see them like chemistry on screen. It's not hitting for me.
So I really didn't see their chemistry. Listen, I love Sterling K. Listen, that is a beautiful chocolate man. And
Nice
not
lips.
listen, not to objectify
Girl,
him.
him in that shower.
Listen, he is just he just a distinguished black man. Listen,
But you know, he was like he was a nerd growing up, so he was like
and I love that. I
he,
love
he
that.
he was like he was not this sex symbol. So
Yeah,
he was like he made I think an effort to work out, and
yeah.
so he was like, "This is odd for him to be presenting as this kind of like sexy sex symbol."
Love
And
it.
he
Love
kind of
it.
carries it awkwardly. I think he
Mhm.
does kind of
Yeah, I love it. I like it. I like it.
embrace
I
Sterling,
like it.
embrace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I love the fact that his wife, Ryan, was doing commentary on the season one as well. She was
yeah, she
doing
was.
commentary on it.
Got
And the
her job out of it.
oh my gosh, she was absolutely hilarious. But I love their chemistry as well. They have real good
Yeah,
chemistry
they do.
together. But I know I didn't see his chemistry with her. Um, but it came in season two, I thought.
You thought I still was like, mm-mm.
Mhm.
I guess because him and Beth are married. I don't care what you say. Randall and Beth are married.
No, whole new show. Whole
I know
whole
I
whole new
can't.
show.
He's still married to Beth to me. So
See,
he.
this is where we have to separate the character in the show.
Mm-mm. You got one out. Okay, once you watch This Is Us, then you let me know.
But I see the chemistry with them in season two.
But it ain't like him and Beth.
Okay, I don't have
I know. That's what I'm like. You got. Give me that reference. You had that point of reference.
yeah.
Then let me
Okay.
know.
But Sterling
Cause
K, I mean, he can do. I feel like he can do action. He can do drama. He can do comedy.
yeah,
I've seen him in different roles, and his approach is very consistent.
yeah.
I think he's very consistent actor. I enjoy him on screen. So, season one, the end of season one was a cliffhanger. I wish the girl would have shot Sinatra in the head. because
No,
then
but
you know he.
she said she can't. I gotta keep
But
you alive, girl.
but if she's dead, then she would have been dead, and I would
Yeah.
have been satisfied.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Um, and then with her, we find out that she ends up killing Billy. They were screwing around. I
Mm-hmm.
don't like her either. But yeah, so now we're moving on. So season one was really good.
It was good. I stopped it in the beginning and then I went back and watched it as I was preparing for the show and I was like, I slept on this show.
Mhm.
I think I stopped at like season 2 or 3. That's
Yeah.
what I get for sometimes like watching stuff when I'm cleaning and then I be
Mhm.
like I miss like stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
like,
and
oh,
listen, let me tell you something. Paradise, you have to watch.
you do.
Watch.
Yeah.
You don't play no game on the side. You don't clean up no house. You sit down
And
and
you
you
have to
watch.
because they do
Because
have these scenes where they're not speaking, but you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of montages, but they're revealing
there
something.
you go. They're revealing. They're revealing.
Yeah.
Right?
And yeah. Because in the
So
season
yeah.
one, they reveal that no, in season one. In the episode one, season one, they reveal where they are. And
Mhm.
if you ain't watching, you won't know, which is what
Mm-mm.
happened to me.
Yeah. Mhm. You think this is nice. What cul-de-sac? This is nice. What neighborhood this is? Oh, look at this is nice. I
A
like
whole new scene for me because I missed it on the first time. Yeah. So okay,
ain't
so
none of
this
this real. Ain't none of this real. None of this real.
I went back. I was like, when he was running, huh? None of that was real. I went back and looked at it.
Let me go ahead and turn the morning on. Let me turn it on. None
Yeah,
of this real. All
none of
this
this
fake.
was real. That's crazy. So, season 2, we think we are
Mm,
going to pick back up with Xavier as because he took off in the plane at the end of season 1 and season 2. We start with Annie,
mm.
Shailene. I like Shailene.
I like Shailene. I like Shailene
Yeah.
from The Secret Lives of American Teenager. That's when I first
Oh, I
was
never saw
introduced to
that.
her. Um,
Wasn't she in that movie that won an Academy?
The Fault of Our Stars.
No.
No, she's been in some pretty critically acclaimed stuff.
Yeah, I think she was in that
Drama.
one with the guy who was mentally he had mental health issues. She had mental health issues too. Um
Hmm. I'm sure she was or
mhm.
is in it. Because she's tackled some pretty dramatic
No, that wasn't
characters.
Shailene. That might have been Shailene. That might have been because I get her confused with another girl.
Hmm. I love
Um
her little kind of deep voice. You
yeah,
don't
she
really
does have a little deep.
expect her voice to be that voice when she starts to talk. But yeah, I enjoyed her from I was introduced to Shailene, what's his name? Woodley?
Uh,
Is it
she
Woodley?
wasn't in the movie I'm thinking about. I
Yeah,
have to think about
Woodley.
it.
I was introduced to her back when she was on The Secret Lives of American Teenagers.
Okay, no. I saw her like in Adrift. That was
Mm.
good. Big Little Lies. I know I saw Insurgent and Divergent.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so she starts okay, so season 2 starts with
Hmm.
what happened to the folks who didn't get into the bunker.
Hmm.
Which I
Now,
was like, okay, I like this. I
yeah.
like this
Now
perspective.
let me tell you. So my sister, like I said, my sister watches Paradise as well. When when she watched the first episode because I hadn't watched it yet, she said, "Well, Kim, who is this? Who is this woman?" In the first episode, was she in season one? I don't remember her. Maybe I need to go back an episode because I don't remember her. I said, "Well, who you talking about?" She said, "It's a
Yeah.
woman. The whole episode is about this woman.
Yeah.
One episode is about this woman,
Yeah.
and I don't remember seeing her." So then that because I wasn't going to watch it yet because I think I was in between watching something else. So that piqued my curiosity. And I was like, well, who is this woman? And then I watched season one and I was like, season two, episode one. And I was like, okay, Shailene, Annie, okay, well, who is you? And why Can we a whole episode to you?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, we gonna go with it then. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
with it.
I listened to a little bit of the podcast with Shailene or whatever,
Hmm.
and Sterling is sitting in the chair, and what's her name was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing here? You ain't in the first episode." She was like, he was like, "Well, I just came by," and I was like, "Yeah, you're right. He was not in the first episode at all."
And
Um,
listen, we were expected to see him in that
yeah,
first episode,
he
so
was
it was
not.
a good. I thought it was a good like introduction to her. But it was like a little shock to the audience too because we weren't expecting it to pick up where it
But
picked up.
and that's what Michelle, that's her name, the wife. Bethay.
Who?
I know her last name is Bethay. His Sterling's wife's name. Okay, it's I'm
Ryan
drawing.
Michelle?
Ryan Michelle, yeah.
Hmm.
She was saying, she mentioned too that it was a shock, but she was like, after a few minutes, you kind of like, okay, I'm
Yeah,
with it.
yeah. I'm trying to
Yeah,
see
it's
why
fine.
you here and what you got to do with Xavier.
Yeah, we'll wait to figure. Yeah, we'll wait to figure it out. Okay, yeah.
Because I know he in this
I
episode.
know he in somewhere, yeah, whatever. But Annie, we learned that she was in medical school. No, her mother first. Her mother was ill, but her mother was smart or whatever, and she had something to do with like Graceland or Elvis. And then Annie eventually makes it to medical school, but she drops out of medical school and eventually takes a job at Graceland, meets Miss Gale, and it is at that time that this apocalyptic event happens and they hold up at Graceland. And of course, Gail injures herself, dies within 30 days or whatever.
I
I
said,
was like, hey, she
"Good."
died fast.
I
I
said,
ain't really.
"Yeah, you fell down the stairs."
And she tries to take care of her or whatever. And a lot happens in episode one when I went back
Hmm.
and look at it
Hmm.
because once she's left alone,
Hmm.
these group of men come along, and all I could think about is like episodes of like Game of Thrones where women were left to fend for themselves out in the wilderness. Like, I guess those movies or those shows really made me realize how vulnerable women were during that time. Um, Out on the frontier in the wilderness, you talking about you ain't got no police, you have no like system of governance. And when even I think I watched some of Cold Mountain, and the
Hmm.
men are off at war or whatever, and the women are left at
To
home. But it's this notion that some men who didn't fight or men who flee the war or whatever, they are wreaking havoc on the
hmm.
land and stealing and raping women. So when
Hmm.
they come up, I'm like, oh shit, what the hell is she gonna do, girl? Why you ain't have a plan for when people
Girl,
come through?
you know where all the secret compartments are. Where is your
Where
escape room, girl? Girl, where is your escape room? Now, one thing you got to give it to her. She kept that lady alive as long as she could without
Mhm.
like no like anything to really stop the infection. But she worked really really hard, and then as things progressed, her survivalist. I don't know if she had it in her, but that thing came out full force because
Mhm.
she was thriving. And what I didn't realize in episode one that I realized later that she revealed, she didn't like to be around people no way.
Yeah, because she was,
That yeah, that
and
lady was her like friend, and that she was cool with that.
she was
She
cool.
was
Yeah,
cool, but she didn't really like dealing with people. I think that anxiety was revealed a little bit when she was doing her rounds and why she couldn't really answer the questions or whatever because she does have some type of anxiety or something going
and
on.
that's a question they asked Shailene to
Hmm.
kind of like analyze. They didn't ask the writers, so I don't know if they do ask the writers later, but they kind of asked her like, why once So it was nice and refreshing to know that these were gentlemen. They were not going to harm
Mhm.
her. They were
Mhm.
just there for like shelter for a
Mhm.
second, and then she ends
Mhm.
up falling for one of the dudes.
Mhm.
And they have a moment together. I guess she's like, it's been a minute, so that's fine. Let's get together or whatever. But
Could have did it.
yeah.
That whole her earth came to an end, girl.
Yeah, but the she asks her to kind of like think through why didn't she go with him when
Yeah.
he's like come to Colorado with us or whatever. And I was thinking myself like at first I was thinking maybe she was unsure, she was scared, she didn't want to leave the safe
Mhm.
space. But that's a thought that maybe she was just like I'd rather be by myself.
Yeah, yeah. I think she has some type of anxiety because, as you know, as is revealed in the later episodes. But I just think that she didn't want to leave the safety of Graceland because Graceland, in essence, was her safe space because it was such a big part of her mom. Her mom was like a
This
huge
is true.
Elvis fan. I
Mhm.
mean, when her mom was sick, she sent her to go tour Graceland so you can come back and tell me what they doing now. So they doing something new. They telling a
Mhm.
different joke or what whatever. So it was kind of like a safe space for her.
Mhm.
And she had been there for so long and was thriving really at this point by herself um with no problem. So I think it was just like a comfort to her, like to leave
The
um
unknown
the
because
unknown. Yeah.
yeah, which I've noticed that, like I think I mentioned, I was like, when I go places, I get like nervous because
Hmm.
and I was like, it's the
Hmm.
unknown.
Hmm.
It is like when you can't see, even if it's dark, you get scared. It's the
Yeah.
unknown. That
Yeah.
unknown will have your ass, it will sit your ass down.
I'm not going. I'm not going
I
nowhere.
know. And you could be facing complete and total joy and
Hmm.
growth or whatever with him because she knew she could trust those guys. It
Hmm.
wasn't like she was gonna be out there fending for herself,
Yeah.
but she was like, I trust this right here.
Hmm.
And she ends up saving Xavier. So Xavier Sterling makes his appearance at the end of episode 1, and the plane goes down. We saw, and she goes to save him.
Hmm.
Episode 2 is when they bring in the kids, which was kind of like, I don't
Yeah.
know,
But
children of the cornish.
where they at? I mean, you don't stole all my stuff. I don't kill this
Yeah,
man. Where you at? I mean,
yeah.
and I know y'all could talk. Yeah, I know y'all ain't mute because you been talking to me. So where you went? Where them children
Mhm.
went? Because them
I don't know.
children,
That was crazy. Yeah, that
yeah.
it was just crazy to
Was
well, they
those
said that
children real? I
they was
think they were real. I don't even know.
they was traveling, and that's how they ended up together. But they
Mhm.
parallel his like time with the kids, with him like going in and out
Mhm.
with meeting his wife,
Yeah.
and her kind of rejecting him, and then
Mhm.
eventually they formed this bond. So we already were aware, like, what husband wouldn't go look for his wife, but
Mhm.
we're already like, he is dedicated
Mhm.
to finding her. And then episode 3, the fill-in president is killed. Jane is at it again with all her foolishness. But what I was like, how the
Mhm.
hell is she gonna explain this, Jane? Because he went with you. Did you not? Did he not say he was going with you on this walk or this run? And now you gonna be like, I don't know how he died. So I'm interested to see because how she gonna explain? 'Cause I haven't finished it, so I
You
stopped
hadn't
at
finished
4.
3?
No, I haven't finished the season. I stopped
Oh,
at 4. I stopped at episode 4.
okay. Okay.
I
Okay.
stopped at episode 4, where Xavier and Annie are headed to Colorado,
Mhm.
and she
I
died.
said, now, if you could have made her a guest star, like,
I'm
what
gonna
were
say,
you
I was
doing?
like, Shailene must have had other work to do because why she couldn't finish this
My
season, girl? You could
good gracious,
four more episodes, girl.
you couldn't have made it, girl.
4 more episodes to finish it out, girl. We was real. I like you in this season. Why you leave us? Kid, to the point I was like, she not gonna die. She not.
Girl, what happened? I
I
don't
was
understand.
waiting for her not to die. Yeah.
I mean, you was in that. nursing. You don't stitch him up, and you don't heal him, and but her feet sure was swollen now. Them feet was swollen up now. Them feet was swollen now. So I mean, I was wondering why they kept showing like her feet, and she was not writing stuff. So I knew something was going on, but I didn't have.
You was hopeful too.
I was hopeful because I was enjoying her
Uh-huh.
in the season thus far. So I was okay. We got past season one. I mean, episode one, and so we know who you are and what you represent, and then to see the connection that her and Sterling, I mean, and Xavier have Sterling, um, to her baby daddy, because he is the one. He's the smart man, right? And to know that Sinatra got her company, her tech company, old raggedy rump, because she stole it from this man. Oh,
Yeah.
raggedy, just evil for no reason. And so and then Xavier is seeing like visions of this man. Like
But that's gonna be his bargaining chip because he's gonna be like, I got your baby.
It's all coming together. So I'm like, okay. So we get to them. He's like, look here, I got to go get my baby. I got to go get my wife. And I ain't got no time to be talking about. I ain't going back to Colorado right now. I'm going to
Atlanta.
Okay. And she's like, okay, you ain't going to Atlanta because you taking me to Colorado. And so they get on their journey. And she's like fully pregnant. Like,
I'm finna say she's gonna go into labor on that horse. She going into labor on that horse. I was like, what y'all trying to put her in labor? Because she bouncing around on that horse. This is a matter of time.
And honey, the baby came. The baby came, girl. But then I thought it was so interesting that when they saw the people on the way, like on the road. So, life has made a way. People are now out. People have survived this catastrophic event. People are still on the earth. People that those people in the bunker thought were all going to just die. They didn't. People lived. People survived. Children survived. And she was so scared. She was like, "Oh no, don't you say nothing to them." But he's like, "Hey, hey,
you gotta trust people.
Like,
you can trust people.
Trust people." She's like, you don't know them people. You don't know them people.
That's why I stayed where I was.
Them people can come and get us. Get us. You don't know.
And she right. She must have seen a few episodes of Game of Thrones because I was with her. Like, we don't know them.
We don't know them. Them people can come and get us. You better don't you say nothing. They gonna get us.
But then, I guess he like, I would protect her. I can handle them. And then I thought about it. If they were going to get them, they would have got them when they passed them. So he probably was like, "We good, girl. I'm gonna go ahead and," because he was confident. He was confident. She's like, "Put your hand down. We don't know them.
You don't know the people. Shh! Don't you say that to the people."
Yeah, Kim. She wasn't trusting.
She was not. And listen, I just started trusting your road.
I just started trusting you 2 seconds ago.
And you gonna get on this thing? You gonna be talking to people on the road, girl? We don't know the people. We don't know the people.
Yeah. So that's right. Yeah, because I mean, in this world, you don't know anybody. Yeah. We already living in a world where you may not trust people. So now you super ooper duper look at side-eyeing people.
Yeah. And I'm glad that in this world you don't have that rogue. Now I'm sure that there are the rogue faction of people that are just like out to kill and take and destroy. We haven't encountered. Well, we did kind of encounter them because Xavier killed that man because he was coming to kill him or whatever, take something from the kids. But we hadn't seen a good bit of those type of factions, right, in this world. On top, that survived. And so, but I was so, because he was, and this is the part of Xavier's character and Sterling K's chops that I just enjoy. I enjoyed the tenderness and scared. He was scared for her.
Yeah.
He
Hmm.
was scared for her.
Hmm.
And at some point, somebody who's had two children, and he may not have been present when his wife had them, but he didn't know what to do. Like I know some
Hmm.
things to do, but
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know nothing about
I'm not
birthing
delivering no
a baby.
baby.
Let me go find somebody. You know the people, they just
Yeah.
right up the road. Let me
Right,
go
because
see if
you
I
you can be like,
can.
okay, I delivered a baby, but you're right. If somebody was to go into labor right here, right now, I'd be like, we need to find a professional.
Yeah, all I know is boiling water and getting some fresh towels.
Yeah, because
And
other
that's
than
all I
that,
know. That is
that's
on the
all I
TV.
know. Yeah, yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah.
Mm-mm. I can't
Mhm.
help you. I can't help you. Not all that stuff. Mm-mm. But he was, and I love that scene. I love that scene in that scene in Paradise in that episode because he was literally he was scared, and he
Mhm.
was so he cared for her, and it was a level of tenderness with her. Um, especially him when he left, and she knew what was going to happen. We
Yeah.
as the audience still we blind, we like, boy, you better go find somebody to help deliver that
Mhm.
baby, and go ahead and deliver that baby. Somebody do something, patch her up, put her I don't know what y'all need to do, because we got to get on this here road. We got to come on here and have this baby, because we got to get on the road, girl.
We gotta get that weather. Colorado, we on the road. Yeah, come on, girl.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
And
Now he got to travel with a newborn. Cause I was like, how he gonna do milk? Like, what is happening? What are we doing?
Charlotte, that girl said, "You this is your holy charge
Yeah.
to
Which
get
is
my baby to his daddy, honey."
where the infamil, where is it, Kim? Because the world is
Charlotte,
is is
I don't
like
know where that is.
I don't know.
But
It was
listen,
a lot
he
more
had something. He had something. He
he
been feeding
must
that
have
baby
because he
something.
was like the lady was like, we'll keep him. I was like, okay, because that's a
Mhm,
rational, a reasonable thing to say. You're traveling, we're here,
mhm,
leave the baby with us. And he
mhm.
was like, nope, ain't got a pamper, ain't got a powdered milk, water, like no
Listen,
bottle. But I'm gonna take this newborn.
they sent him along with something. Cause he sure changed that baby diaper on that road, and he sure was feeding that baby. But what I thought was so sweet though, after which I was disappointed, because I was like, "What? Y'all gonna kill her?
Hmm.
We just got here. We
Shailene booked
just
and
met
busy.
her."
She booked and busy,
But
honey.
he knitted the carrier that he's carrying the baby in.
Hmm.
He knitted it out of her coat. Did you notice that?
No, I missed that. I
So
gotta go
that
back.
the baby can smell her. hmm
Oh,
hmm
I missed that. I gotta go
Yeah,
back.
yeah, because he was knitting it, and he was asking her, "So this is what you do? This is how you do it." But the crossbody, the baby holder, was knitted out of her jacket.
I
Yeah,
probably was
and I
marking.
thought I thought I was like, okay, because that baby gonna be hollering the whole time. That baby
Yeah,
don't know you. Mm-mm. That baby don't have no connection to you, sir.
no voice, no nothing. Yeah.
That baby don't know you, sir.
Mm-mm.
I don't know how you
Mm-mm.
gonna keep that baby from hollering on that road, but okay.
Yeah, but yeah. So we wrap up at least episode 4 of season
Mhm.
2, and that's where we're going to end. But I'm
Mhm.
ready to watch the rest of it. I
Mhm.
see that at least 3 more are up. I think up to
Mhm.
episode 7 on Hulu. So I'll be
Mhm.
watching the rest of it. But it's again a good watch to
Good
me.
watch.
Another good season. Fogelman and the crew have done another great job of keeping me entertained and interested, and also I like at the same time having us like grapple with these notions of like a whole bunch of stuff
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
in this show that you have to toss around in your head and think
Yeah.
about in addition to the storyline, but also like these other themes of I feel like if I wonder if he I know his I think well this is us I believe is based off I think it's like more of a personal story for him. So I think
Mm.
his mom passed and I think some elements of that story resonate with his life, but
Okay.
I don't know about like father son relationship because I feel like in This Is Us, there's a theme of like father son relationships having some
Mhm.
type of like um not complete like and This Is Us, I don't think it's much of a like tumultuous relationship, but there is some
Mhm,
like tension sometimes.
mhm,
But I
mhm,
see this in Paradise with Isaiah and his dad, and Cal
mhm,
and his dad, and Cal and his son. Like
mhm.
this father son contentious relationship.
Yeah,
And I know for like Steven Spielberg, that's a big thing for him in his stories. Like he
mhm,
really is working through his relationship with his father. So like
yeah,
in all of his stories, there's always like tension between the father and the damn
mhm,
son.
mhm.
So I don't know if he's working through something or he's trying to kind of tap into that storyline.
Yeah,
But the relationships you have, like the parent relationship, can be contentious sometimes. I feel like that's a
mhm,
theme as well that he's
mhm,
pulling out, in
mhm.
addition to like the government and
Yeah. Mhm.
trust and all of
Trust,
that.
yeah, the
Yeah.
trust. The appearance, how to keep it, how to make it normal, how to make it appear normal. Because they did parallel Anna, Annie's birth,
And
um, with the first child being born in the bunker, and
hmm
how that is
hmm
a new beginning, that life can still make a way, even in
crazy.
in crazy,
Mhm.
in an
Yeah.
artificial way, right?
hmm
And so I again like how he goes back and forth to the time, the time jumps, and he parallels and aligns them to what's currently happening.
hmm
um I think that this show is a good show. I really love it. It's a show that you have to watch. I'm gonna say it again, it's a show you have to watch. It's a drama. It's not,
hmm
you ain't gonna get up and laugh and gut,
Nah.
have this
Mm-mm.
big gut
The
laugh,
chuckle.
chuckle. You're not gonna do that in the show. You're gonna be like,
Yeah, you told me you was like the whole time you yeah, you are
right,
into it,
let
yeah.
me tell you something now. Let me tell you one god doggone thing
Mhm.
now.
Mhm.
You need to die. You
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
die right now.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
it
sick
is.
of you. I'm sick
Yeah.
of you.
You might
And
have to watch
so
something light afterwards.
yeah, and that's how I was. That's how I am with Paradise. I enjoyed the show. The acting, 10 out of
Mhm.
10 would recommend. The show, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Sterling K. Brown, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Right?
Yeah,
Um, but those women of non-color in
mhm.
this show,
Mhm.
all of them need to die. Everyone. Everyone except for Annie. She already dead. But
She already did. What about Gabriella? Because I'm looking at Gabriella like,
die. Type of
yeah.
therapist. Is that the
Yeah.
therapist?
Yeah, that's
Die.
the therapist.
Die.
Yeah.
You know,
Because
because
she's not
see,
making smart moves either.
you knew you were brought in to make people look at a French fry and say it's a green bean. So no, I
Mhm.
don't like you either.
Yeah.
I don't
But
like you.
she but
You
she
need,
played like she didn't know. Like she
yeah,
didn't
that's what. Mm,
like, girl, you
well,
are
see,
not a
that's the thing.
therapist. She is yeah, all yeah.
They love to play into that. Jane goes into this crying, those tears of
Mhm.
distress, and I don't know. I'm just here.
Mhm.
I'm not sure what happened. You
Mhm.
know, get out of here with that bull crap. Okay,
Yeah.
bullet in your head, bullet in yours, and bullet in Sinatra's for sure. They need
Like,
to die.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, I am not the person that watches TV shows and it's okay for people for redemption. If I don't like you, then you
Mhm.
die. I
Yeah.
don't want you to be redeemed. I don't want to, because I won't ever feel sorry for you. I won't ever
Mhm.
feel compassion for you. If you're an evil character, then you must die. That is
Mhm.
just me. I know it's not right because I kill people all the time off of stories
So
and TV shows. But that's just
Mhm.
my thing. But what was she thinking? My thing is, listen here.
Who you choosing?
Who am I choosing, honey? What was she thinking? Listen here. What was she thinking, honey? I know who I'm choosing. I'm choosing what's who's Terry? Terry is the
The
black.
wife.
No, I don't
That's
want
it.
Terry. I don't want Terry. I want the black
The
the
one who was sleeping with the president?
Yeah, that's what
Nicole. That's
Nicole.
Nicole, I think. Yeah.
Nicole,
Mhm.
girl. All your years of training in
Mhm.
intelligence and
Kim.
security, honey.
Kim, that power got to her, honey.
What was you thinking, girl? When you just run up there, you see that man was there. You no observational awareness at all, girl. I could have smacked you on the back of your head. How you let them set you up like that, girl?
You on the back of you.
God doggone it. I thought you was about to do something. I thought you was about to blow the whole thing up, girl. I was ready for you. You was putting two and two together.
Yeah, because she was suspicious of Jane. She was
She
suspicious.
was.
Yeah.
She was. You was putting two and two together, girl. You had done investigated. You had done put it together, girl. You had done figure out what was going on. And here you go. Let them set you up for the okie doke. Girl, you better be smarter than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was you thinking, girl?
Yeah, don't be misrepresenting us like that. Come on, girl.
No.
Yeah.
No. If you was going there, you should have had about 2 or 3, 4 people with you. What you doing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she definitely, because she was, I like my guns. I like to feel the weight on my gun. I miss my gun. She was a badass, and then she got caught up.
You got all this training and abilities. You good investigator, and you let that girl set you, knock you out, choke you out, and now you about to go to jail for killing the president.
Yeah, that wasn't her finest moment.
You didn't look across the street, round the corner, because the tree don't move. Y'all ain't got no wind. Y'all ain't got no breeze.
You're right.
All you got to do is look.
Yeah, ain't no birds to distract you, no nothing. Yeah, girl.
Listen, the simple thing. I know you out here. You might as well come on out now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she should have been on point for sure. For sure. What was she thinking?
Ooh, that made me mad. Ooh, that made me mad. That made me mad.
I wasn't expecting her to get got. You're right. I wasn't expecting her.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting her to get got. I thought she was going to start blowing some things up. She was going to start making some strategic plays. But
she's still lost in the sauce with her man being dead, must be.
He did.
So I'm going to stick with Teri being what was she thinking? Because why did you get your ass on that plane to Atlanta? Come on, girl. You got to be smarter than that.
You what the play was.
Come on, girl.
You committed to your what?
All the movies, Contagion. I can remember Sanaa Lathan in Contagion, and Lawrence Fishburne played her husband, and he was like, "You got to pack it up, go on out to the country." And then her friend called her. She was like, "So what your husband saying?" And she gave her a little bit of tea. Like, if you got the end, then what are we doing? Why are you working for the president if I'm not receiving some type of benefit?
I know.
And being wise, and you can't be this strong, black, independent woman all the damn time. Sometimes
I got my research. My research comes first. Girl, you get your ass in the damn way.
Shut up and listen, girl.
Now I don't condone don't. But just a little pat on the rump. Get your ass on that damn plane.
You would have had to knock her. You would have had to knock her head. This is the apocalypse. I need for you to understand. This ain't nothing to be playing around with. You need to get your ass on this goddamn.
You go down there. You ain't coming back. Do you not?
I got to risk my life to go find you. Now I leave out chair because you ain't want to listen to me. Yeah, that would have been a straight up. That was my what was she thinking, because she was so independent, so fierce. She was defending the kids in school when somebody did try to come for the child or whatever. So confident. But that was the one move that made me be like, she giving black women a bad rep right there, girl.
Your none of your spidey senses is telling you that
this time I'm gonna listen to you.
You ain't that smart, girl, because your spidey senses should have said danger.
The president himself said, "I need to stay." Yeah,
and he only gave about 2 or 3 golden tickets. He ain't even give his real people golden tickets.
Sometimes you can listen to a man. Sometimes you can listen to a man and he can tell you what to do. This is the right time. I know we don't want to always be like, you're not telling me what to do, but this is time when you want to be like, okay, I'm gonna listen.
No, I'm driving to the airfield. I'm driving.
Because I can be hard head. I can be hard head, and I can be like, you ain't my daddy. You ain't telling me what to
Okay,
do. Which
fine.
I have literally said those words. I've literally
Okay.
said those
Stay your
words.
ass out there in the apocalypse, and I see you. I see you. If you make it, then call me.
Go man. I had them open up the gate for you
Yeah,
when you make it. Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
make it, because
That
it's
was yeah, so that was my what was she
mhm,
thinking? I think
mhm.
that if I had a gazillion dollars, I probably would invest in creating a bunker.
Me too.
And I don't think I would tell anybody because it is a hard choice to decide who you're gonna let in and who you're gonna be like, no.
Mhm.
Because I would definitely tell my friends and family, but then yeah, you can't let everybody in.
Every end. Listen, my again, the same class asked the same thing. They asked me. They said, "Dr. Singletary, do you have a bunker?" And I
Hmm.
told them, I said, "No. Regular people who work,
Yeah.
live, we don't just have bunkers. Just like we don't just have a
Mhm.
bunker. But if I had the money to have to do a bunker, you goddamn right, I'm having me a goddamn bunker.
State of the
You
art
goddamn
too.
right, and it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be real good. It's gonna be real nice. I am. I seen somebody on TikTok the other day doing a bunker.
Really? I
Yes,
gotta live look all the comforts of home. I'm with all the comforts of home. Yeah, I ain't even
a
gonna lie though.
whole. They had a whole 1 bedroom apartment in a bunker. Listen here, honey.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, but if the Lord should allow, then I would create one. But that would be a
Mhm,
difficult decision.
mhm,
So
mhm.
again, I empathize with I know you want to kill her off, but
I don't empathize with her at
I
all.
know
She
you
needs
don't
to die.
empathize with her.
Listen, my goal is to create a um my goal is to create a compound. So I want a family compound.
Oh, I want one too. I want one too. Yeah.
Yeah, a large piece of land that
Hmm.
has homes and things.
Yeah, I love that idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
Mhm.
that is that is my goal. My goal is
Me
to
too.
at some
Yeah.
point have a family compound. And
Yeah.
so, but listen here, on that compound, you best for sure. I'm gonna have a bunker. They gonna have a bunker. You get your own bunker, cause see, and
Okay.
then we can just come from bunker to bunker. We can have a door, and we can just connect the
Yeah.
bunkers. But you got to knock on my bunker
You got to
door.
have your own
You got
space.
to, yeah, because we could just create it like that. Because listen here,
Uh-huh.
I don't want everybody all up in my bunker. Because I'm a quiet person, like, and I get overstimulated. I don't,
Mhm.
and my family can be overstimulating.
I
So
get yeah,
I need,
I same way, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I need to have more than one bunker. But that's my plan. That's my goal. My goal
That's
is for sure
yeah.
to have a
I'm
compound.
with you.
But
Look, we get a million, we get some gazillions and there you go. All right, Kim. So that was paradise.
okay.
Kim, take us out.
All right. If this TV show series made you uncomfortable, inspired, or reflective, that's the point. Because guess what, y'all? Growth usually starts with discomfort.
That's right. So if you watched Paradise, tell us what was she thinking? Which character would you choose? And
Mhm.
what did you think about watching this show? Do you like Paradise? Like season one? Are you liking season two? Let us know. Rate and subscribe and share the episode. And please come back next week for another episode of What Was She Thinking? And I don't know, Kim. We have to figure out what we're gonna watch next. What we're gonna review.
I know. We did Cross, we did Burbs, we did Paradise. What else is out there?
I
We
don't know.
didn't do the second part of Bridgerton.
Oh yeah, we could do the second part of Bridgerton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're looking at because I gotta finish it. I've been saving it. You know, like the end of a good book.
Okay.
I can't. I see you
Okay.
later.
Listen, I love this because it keeps you on task
Yeah, it
for
keeps me
watching
current.
TV with for watching
Yeah,
TV with me. Because before, when we would discuss TV shows, you would never be on the same page with me
'cause if
when we
it's
got
good,
to.
I'm gonna save it. If it's good,
So,
I'm saving it. I'm not.
so
I'm not watching it till another season is out. I can't. Cause I hate going. I hate ending. I ain't got another season to go to.
No, I am
You
a
are
binge
forcing me to finish
watcher.
seasons.
No, I'm a binge watcher and I need people to talk to. So I am so thankful. Thankful to What Was She Thinking? Thankful to the podcast because this keeps you and
Yeah, up to date.
I'm a throw shade. This keeps you up to date so that we can discuss the shows and the
Yeah, it
movies.
does. It does. But I will say that now some of them I'm still stalling on. I haven't finished Shrinking. I love Shrinking. I haven't finished that season because it's so good. It's so sweet. It so distresses me. So, yeah. And I heard that Bear is coming another season, but I heard it's the last season. So, Kim, if you have not watched Bear, you need to get up on it because it's got
listen, it's 4 now?
I think it's 4 total, yeah. And I have watched at least 1 and 2.
I watched 1 and 2, but season 3, I think I'm having some problems with it. The beginning of it didn't catch me.
A lot of people are criticizing 3 and 4, but and they say it's not as engaging, but I just feel like it's still Chef's freaking kiss. Okay. I love that freaking show.
I will watch The Bear. I did watch season 1 and 2, and you did recommend The Bear. So I watch 1 and 2, but I'll go back and check on 3 again.
Because 5 comes out. You got to be ready for when 5 comes out.
Okay, so then I got to watch 3 and 4. Okay.
All right. All right, Kimber. I'll see you next week. Have a good rest of the week. Bye.
You too. Bye.